Hey friend, hey! Welcome back to another episode of the vlog. This week's home updates are primarily in the living room. I was a bit of a busybody this week, so we did a little bit of DIY artwork. I set up my indoor garden. I went and found a few pieces from the mood board to put over the fireplace to see how I like them. We tried to see if we were comfortable painting the wall. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. We gotta hire somebody for that. But all in all, it was a good week. So I know today's video is a day late. I'm sorry. We will get back to Sundays and trying to incorporate Wednesdays. Yesterday I was just still recording and I didn't want to rush and try to make the edits. So I figured I'd take my time and put everything together and make it a nice, clean, beautiful vlog for you to enjoy today. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Whitaker. I'm a wife, I'm a mom, and this channel has been designed to document our journey of building our new construction home. And now that we've been in for about 6 months now, and it's finally starting to feel like, okay, girl, this your house. You ain't going nowhere. It's not temporary living situation. So now we're decorating and turning it from a house to a home, personalizing it, making it ours, exploring with like some wall treatments, stuff like that. So if you're into that type of thing where you like to see people kind of go in and decorate their house and make it their own, then I invite you to subscribe to the channel. Be sure to hit the bell notification so you never miss an update. It's myself, my husband, and my 4 kids. So if you want to learn more about us, you can connect with us all over the place over on Instagram. I'm trying TikTok, Facebook, all the places. We're there. But as for today, let's hop into this week's updates. All right, so since we're in the living room, let's start with the fireplace. So I am going to stand in front of this fireplace just to give you a point of reference for how tall the mantle is. I am 5'7" on a good day. The mantle is my height. So in the mood board, and I'll put it up just so you have a point of perspective if you didn't see last week's video, and then I'll link last week's video to kind of talk through what the plans are for this space in the description box so you can watch it later. But in the mood board, this is not the mirror, the actual mirror that's in the mood board. I saw one like it, so back up. I went to At Home yesterday because something was in my spirit, was just like, girl, go shopping. I know you see the stuff that they recommended, and that's great. Some of the stuff is out of stock, of course, just because I take my sweet time in ordering stuff. So like the candlesticks and stuff, they were out of stock, but something said, go see if you can find them at like a At Home or Home Goods or something. So I went by Home Goods. Home Goods didn't have the style of mirror that I was looking for. And then I went by At Home, which always comes through as far as mirrors are concerned. And there were a couple of mirrors there. Like there was one that was the exact style of the mirror, but the only difference was it was a different color. So I would have had to paint it, do all that stuff. And I was like, I don't know yet if I want to commit to that, because I still need to gauge whether or not the size of the mirror is gonna fit the scale of the space. So this wall is a total of 22.5 feet tall. So the mirror that was spec'd is a 30 by 30 mirror. So this is a 30 by 30 mirror, and I don't know if I am completely sold as far as the size is concerned. Great style. I do like the style. It's not the exact style of the mirror that was there, but it was close enough for me to bring it home and say, okay, is this going to fit, you know, specs wise? And I'm still on the fence. So I got it. This one was $100 from At Home. I'll try to see if I can link it down below in the description. The one that Heyyyyy recommended was like 300 bucks, but I'm glad I got this one first to see if I like the scale. as it relates to the wall, and I'll pan up so you can see what that looks like, because I'm not completely sold on the idea that a 30 by 30 mirror is big enough. I don't know if I'm sold on that. So I have it in a box right now, just kind of gauging whether or not I am going to stick with the 30 by 30 mirror, or whether or not I am going to follow my first mind and get one of the arched mirrors that's a little smaller, because I don't have anywhere in here for the floor mirror to go. So I was like, well, I could always put the smaller one, what is it, 50 something inches, up here, and that may work. The problem that I have though, and I want a mirror in this space because I do like how I can see like the curtains and the windows and stuff, but I'm gonna be honest, y'all, unless I'm not seeing nothing in this mirror. And if I know this is super vain, but if I'm gonna have a mirror, I want to see myself. So I've been struggling with the idea of putting a mirror over here. When I saw it in the design, I was like, oh, that's beautiful. And it could work, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I do feel like I want to go ahead and finalize this decision and make a move, because, you know, we're getting ready as a content creator. We're getting ready to go into like holiday stuff. And as soon as October is done, I'm gonna participate in some of the fall decorations, y'all, but I am a Christmas girl all the way. Like, as soon as Halloween is over, all you see is Christmas stuff from me. So I do want to go ahead and finalize this space and kind of get stuff in position, because this is where I do a lot of the decorating and a lot of the creating for the holidays. And I could just see that beveled arch mirror up here being so pretty and so grand with all of the Christmas decoration. But I could also see it with something like this. I just wish it was a little bigger. So I have tried to source a mirror like this that's actually bigger. I'm thinking like 40 by 40, but I haven't been successful in finding a mirror with this style. So I may either go the original thought that was in my head, or just go in a different direction altogether. And I'll figure that out later. I would just hate to purchase that beveled arch mirror, spend so much money on it, and not be able to see myself. The vanity of it all, but that's how I feel. That's how I feel. So that's my thoughts on the mirror. I'd love to hear what you think. Do you think it's the right size, or do you think it should be bigger? I'm leaning on the fence of it needs to be a little bit bigger before I commit to putting something on the wall. So that was that. So also in the mood board, there was these very pretty marble and brass candle holders from CB2 that they recommended. And when I went to get them, they were sold out. So I requested a similar item. I'm gonna see if they come back in stock over the next couple of days. But in the meantime, while I was at home, I got these, and these are so I love these. And I'm gonna bring them closer to the camera so you can see. And I'm looking at my phone to see where like the perspective is. Okay, so these are marble candlesticks. They are heavy as nobody's business. Real marble is for the, you know, the little single candlestick or whatever. This was $15 at the Home Goods. This one was $15, and the smaller one was $13. So I really love these, and I love the idea about having the marble candlesticks or the marble candle holders sitting here. The issue that I'm having is, while it plays well with the marble that's already on the fireplace, it kind of disappears into the wall because the wall is white. And once I put the candlestick on there, it's just going to be like this white space. So they're cute. I think it keeps it soft. So I do like the fact that it's there and it keeps it soft. I'm just on the fence as to whether or not those are gonna stay, or whether I'm gonna do a little work to find some other candle holders. What I will say is I saw some brass ones that were at home. I just didn't want all of this to be so brass. So I already had this, so I didn't have to purchase the recommended item from Heyyyyy because I had something that was very similar. And while I like brass, I just didn't want it to be so brass heavy that everything was just gold. So I realized that I had this picture of Tim and I. This is like one of the first pictures from one of our first dates. I can't even remember where we were. I think we were at Raw Sushi or something. I don't know. But it was framed in that frame. And I kind of set that there and put the brass candlesticks next to it. And I think that may work. These are here because I ain't got nowhere else to put them. But I think I love the softness of the look. It's really, really cozy. Like if I'm sitting on the couch looking over in this area, it's really, really cozy. You can see I moved my baby to over here. Hopefully she likes this space. This needs a lot of light, so I don't know if this is too far away from the sun, but I moved it for a reason because I have my indoor garden in the window where this one was, and I'm just hoping that I didn't make a mistake by moving it here, and I may have to move it back to the window where it likes it if it doesn't fare well. But for now, I really like the coziness of this all. I'm a house plants kind of girl. I decorate with plants in addition to this stuff, and I like the look that that gives. If this plant does not do well here though, there are some other options that I'm thinking. In the picture, they have it sourced for bird of paradise. I have a really big bird of paradise in the dining room. I don't know that I would put another bird of paradise in here, but there are plenty of options that are kind of slim in diameter that I can stick right here and kind of give this cozy vibe. So overall, I like the look. I just don't know if the scale of the mirror is what I want it to be. So I'm gonna leave it there for now and live with it for a couple of days. Should I decide that it's not big enough, then I'll return it and go with an alternative. And I'm gonna let those candle holders sit there for a minute and then see what comes back as an alternative to the CB2 candle holders. But worst case scenario, I saved a little bit of money with accessories to get a look that I do like. So we're gonna keep that there for now. All right, so the wall is the wall behind the TV. I think we've decided on a color, but I'm gonna surprise you. I'm not gonna tell you what it is. I think we've decided on the color. We just have to find somebody to paint the wall. And we gotta do that quick because it's paint on the wall and I can't create like that. So I'm gonna spend this week to try to see if I can find a painter to come in, pay him a couple $100 to paint the wall the color that I want. So hopefully by next week, at latest the week after, we'll have that wall painted. And it'll be ready to go so that we can bring in the TV stand once we've chosen which one we're gonna go with for there. So that's it in the living room. Let's go over to the dining room because I got a couple of updates over there. All right, so I'm gonna try to do this. I might have to lighten this up in post-production, but I painted a painting and I love her. So I did record some of the process and I'll share that process here as B-roll, but this was the first time that I had ever DIY'd a canvas with like different textures on it and stuff, and I had researched a lot about the textures that I wanted to use and the colors that I wanted to use, so on and so forth. And I knew that I wanted this piece to kind of be a standout piece on the wall because it's kind of the piece that kind of livens this space up. So I'm gonna pull back real quick on the camera so you can see the space as is right now. But I am pleased with her because I feel like it adds some fun to a space over here without it being like over glammy or anything like that. It still has some glitz and glamour in it. Now, a funny story. I was supposed to be creating a frame, and I am gonna create the frame. I just hadn't made it back to Lowe's to get the wood. So originally I've got footage and everything where I was cutting the wood because this is gonna be in a floating frame, but the measurements were off. So what I measured for the floating frame ended up, once the 45 cuts were made, ended up being too exact, and I couldn't get the frame, like I'm talking like 1/8 of an inch too exact, so I can't get the frame in it. So I have the box for the frame, which is about this size, 1/8 of an inch, a little bigger. So what I will likely do is I will likely just turn that into another canvas and then just have another big canvas somewhere else in the house. This is 48 by 60 inches. I'm not sure what can handle, maybe my bedroom can handle another frame this big. That might be where it lands, in the bedroom. But in the bedroom, I wanted to kind of do something fun. I wanted to do some really nice couple photos, some updated couple photos, but I could do those anywhere. So I don't know, maybe we'll do the other canvas in the bedroom, but for now, I've got to go back and make the frame again. And then once I make the frame again, I'll put it up. Now, this was the first time for me doing this, so I didn't get a whole lot of footage. But I am comfortable with the process now. So the next time I do it, I'll get some really in detail footage of it, because this is a combination of acrylic paint, joint compound, paint that I had from samples for the wall, just a bunch of stuff that I put on here, and I just kind of went for it. I didn't have much as far as inspiration was concerned. I just knew that I wanted an abstract piece that had blues and some gold in it that I could put in this space and bring some brass over here, because this space is really organic and I wanted to make it shine just a little bit more. So once the sconces from Z Gallery get here, they said they're on back order until the end of September. Once they get here, that'll be some brass elements here. And at that point, I did a poll over on Instagram that asked if I should make the floating frame black or brass. And I'm glad that God had it where things didn't work out, because once the brass elements get here, I think is when I'll make the floating frame, and that will determine whether or not I go black or I go brass. Right now, the edges are, they're like a gray black, which kind of pulls in. It's got a blue undertone, so it pulls in, and I intentionally kind of was messy around the edges, so it pulls into the rest of the painting. I like it, and black may get to be the floating shelf, but for now, I'm just gonna leave it like it is. It's a little off, like it's a 1/2 inch not centered. Once I take it down to put the frame up, we'll center it up. Right now, you can't tell. I can see it just because I'm meticulous like that, but if you look at it, like my husband couldn't see it. He was like, where? But once I put it up and put the frame up and get the sconces up, we'll see. So let me pull you back so you can see the space, and then we'll talk about the indoor garden in the corner, and we'll wrap up for today. So let's see if I can pull you back a little bit just to see how it kind of sits in the space. All right, there we go. So in this area, the only thing that is left to do, y'all, I feel so much pressure to make fall content. I do not like fall decor, but I found these little false things at home, and I stuck them in here just to see how I would like them. I don't like them at all. There are some branches and stuff that I have, but they're purple and gold. Those are up at the front. I just felt like it clashed too much for in here. I'm not feeling this. I think I just want, okay, my bad. My memory card filled up before I could get finished. So I'm really not feeling this, so just here, let me back up. Let me back you up a little bit so you can see me. So this is kind of a perfect segue. I think for here, I'm gonna do some really large tree branches. That's what I've always had in my brain. Like really large tree branches in one vessel. Everything else will go. I will have storage over here in the form of a chest or something for the kids to house their placemats and stuff in, but this gotta go. We're gonna change the rug. The rug needs to be a 9x12 because it's too small. These chairs are great for now. The look is cool, but I saw some arched back kind of wishbone chairs that have a leather seat that I like a little bit more, so I'm considering adding those. But for now, because of the phase in life my two younger kids are, especially my 4-year-old, these work perfect, and I'm not in a big rush to change them. But let me get back to what I was saying about this artificial stuff. So I do not like decorating with artificial plants and stuff like that. It just doesn't go over the same for me because I am so into like gardening and stuff, right? So for me, this is a struggle. This is probably okay. Like I could probably play with the leaves, whatever, and it'll be fine. But for me, I think it's a struggle mostly because, and here I'm gonna back you up just a little bit more because I feel like we all up in each other's face. Mostly because I love real plants, okay? So the branches would be fine because if they're faux and they look real, it would be great. I got the mind, there's so many trees out here, I've got the mind to go and look where they cutting these trees down and go whack off some of the branches on the trees, take the leaves off, treat them, bring them in the house, call it a day, okay? That's how in love with real nature, real plants I am in. So with all that being said, y'all noticed, if you've been here for a little while, you know that I had two plants here. I have my big bird of paradise, which she's a beauty. She needs water, and I'm gonna water them when I get finished. And then you see this new thing in the corner, which is an indoor garden. And I'm gonna take you over so we can talk a little bit about the indoor garden, because I was introduced to this tower garden probably 2 years ago, and I fell in love. So we grow all of our leafy vegetables and cooking ingredients inside. So I have a big rosemary bush by the door, thanks to my lovely neighbor. She's amazing. When I moved in, she knows I like gardening. She pays such good attention. She knows I like gardening, so she brought me a big rosemary plant, the sweetest thing in the world. So it's at my front door. That thing will be 6 feet tall one day. Right now, it's growing out. She's nice and round. She's evergreen. She's growing up. But when I want her to make a cocktail, like a bourbon cocktail or something, I could go take a swig off of that, wash it up real good, and boom, we got fresh herbs. So I do that inside, especially around this time of year, because I'm always the host for Thanksgiving. This year, Thanksgiving is gonna be so lit. I'm always the host for Thanksgiving. So I like to try to grow like our collard greens and stuff like that indoors. So this tower garden is a great way to do it. I don't mind gardening in the ground. It's been so hot. We hadn't had time. So next spring is when I'll have the flower pot beds and stuff like that dug and planted and ready to go. But I can't wait until then. So a part of personalizing my house, in my old house, I had to give away plants. I had probably 60, 70 house plants. And I gave a lot of them to my sister-in-law and my mom, gave some of them to friends. But I am now ready to replenish my stock, for lack of better words. And part of that stock is my tower garden. So we're gonna go over to the tower garden. I know this is not for everybody, but this is just, if you are learning anything about me, you will learn that outdoors and nature, when it's not 115 degrees outside, it's like my love language. And anytime I can bring the outdoors in, I am all for it. So we're gonna go to the tower garden. I wanna show it to you and introduce the concept to you, because you'll see me kind of add my veggies and stuff to it on a regular basis. Both here and on Instagram. So I kind of want to get you familiar with it and see how you like it. And if you have questions, ask them down below. I am a distributor for the garden. So if you're like, hey, that looks really cool, it's really fun for the kids. The kids love planting in it, especially when we do like the germination and we plant in the little seedlings and watch them root outside, and then it's a whole thing. But today I'm just going to show you the garden. I got it set up, pumps working, everything's in good shape. I'm going to order some already grown seedlings to put in it today. They'll probably be here by Wednesday. You may not see those until next week's video, but when this thing is full, it's beautiful. Okay, so let's go check out the garden. And then I want to tell you about a couple of Labor Day deals before I let you go. All right, let's go check it out. All right, so this is a tower garden. And basically what a tower garden is it is a really cool way to grow vegetables and fruit and stuff like that. Anything that grows above ground in a place where it only uses water. So this is soil free. This tank down here is full of water. There's a motor down at the bottom, almost like a fish tank motor that pumps water through the whole system. And I have some footage of that. And then that water goes in. And when the plant seedlings are inside there, like cocoa core or what's the other material? I can't even think of the other material's name. I'll put it on the screen if I can think of it. You just kind of stick them in here and they grow really pretty. So I'm really looking forward to sharing this journey with you because this holds 28 vegetables and herbs. And if I want it, I can make it taller if I wanted to. This is a perfect size though. 28 is plenty. And you know, right now I have one inside and the plan is to probably put another one outside once the deck is done. So that probably won't happen until spring of next year, but let me talk with you about all of the components. So up here is where you'll grow like your herbs. So this is where I'll grow like my thyme, my rosemary, my mint, my basil. I don't have a need to put rosemary in here because I have a rosemary bush outside, but any of my cooking herbs, I'll put them up here. So cilantro, wild onions, all that can go up here. And they go directly in their cores inside of here and they just grow heavenly. This thing that you see up here, this right here is a grow light. So there's 4 of them. Now this is placed in a place where it gets plenty of sunlight. So because this is grown by water only, these herbs and veggies need constant light. So this is on a timer, and when it's on, it will only come on once every 15 minutes. I have it set once every 15 minutes, every hour, only at night to start. And we'll see how it goes in here. And this is something you kind of have to play with if you decide to get one, because this place is full sun. So it has sun all day long. I believe that's why our fiddle leaf fig was doing so well here. But it gets sun all day long. And even on the back side, because my office doors are right here, when I have it open, there's light hitting. So I don't think there's going to be a need during the day on a beautiful day like this where we'll have to use the grow lights. But in the event that we do, we have timers up here that we can set to tell it when to come on. And the motor inside runs 5 minutes every hour on the indoor setting. So the motor is preset for it to be indoors or outdoors. On the indoor setting, it runs for 5 minutes every hour. It's like water therapy when it's running. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but once you're used to it, it turns into background noise. So this I have set up. I've got to order my seedlings. The only reason why I didn't order them is because I wanted to make sure I had it set up and it would work, because we did move, but it works. We tested it yesterday, so it's good to go. Another thing to note is that when we have the garden in place, we have to pH balance the water. So should you order these, we do highly recommend that you do, you just order the pH balance set from us. You'll have a pH kit. I'll show you what it looks like in some B-roll, but that will allow you to make sure the water has the nutrients that you need, and you can change the pH balance depending on what you're growing. So I like to grow what we call like a salad garden, leafy vegetables, spinach, lettuce, chard, greens, stuff like that on the inside. And then I think I'm going to get one and try like tomatoes, cucumbers, and strawberries. outside. Those are all vining. They need a lot of space. So once the deck is made, I think I'm gonna put that one outside just so I can ensure I get some good quality veggies, considering the dirt is so bad here in San Antonio. So I just wanted to show you guys that real quick because I'm so excited about it. And you're gonna see this thing probably in every video. Either I'll be harvesting or planting or cleaning or something. So I just wanted to introduce you all to my baby. Because you'll be seeing a whole lot of her. All right, so let's hop on real quick. Hop back, look at that artwork. Oh, she's so pretty. I cannot wait until those sconces are there. This is really cozying up a whole lot, y'all. Like, so much. I'm on my phone so I can get a little bit better footage because I know how to use it, and I hadn't figured out how to work the backlighting on that Sony camera. That's a really advanced camera. I got to figure it out. But look, y'all, it's so pretty. It's coming together so nicely. Sconces need to go up. Of course, we got to have a bigger rug because her booty hanging off the edge of the rug. But yeah, so hopefully that serves well there. And hopefully she does well there. And if not, then I'm going to bring her back here and then move the garden to here. So I'm holding that wall. She's in a holding space right now for the just in case. And if all things work out and I don't have to move her there, then I'll figure out what I'm going to do here. And then over here, I have to find the perfect storage solution for right here. Oh, another thing I need to find, and I'm kind of waiting on this piece because back here we need a sofa table, but this is 100 inches long, 100 inches wide, 103 to be exact. And I want to say the sectional or the couch that's coming in, it's 103 inches as well. So whatever sofa table we put back here has to be oversized. And I'm not sure if I have sourced one of those yet or not that fits the space. So I'm really going to take my time on that because I might have to get super creative in how I get some console tables back here, because it can't be the 60 inches. That just won't be enough. It's got to be 3/4 of the width of that sofa in order for me to feel comfortable about it. So I'll work on that. It's not the hugest deal. I really want to get that done, get the wall painted, get all of this stuff situated, and we'll worry about console tables once the entire living room is done. But yeah, that's that for now. Let's hop back on the camera and talk about these Labor Day deals that I think you might enjoy from a couple of the retailers that we've worked with. All right, so last thing before we go, y'all know I love to partner with retailers to bring y'all deals and introduce furniture and stuff to you. So there's been a couple over the time that we have seen. This is why we got to get new furniture. Y'all see that? Anyways, there's been a couple over the time that we've been in the house that I really, really enjoyed. First being our outdoor furniture from Outer. Let me tell you, that stuff has been here since right before we went to Belize. So it's been a couple of months. My children have taken over the outdoor patio. They go outside after school now and watch TV. My little 9-year-old, you can find her cuddled up in a ball on the sofa. She's loved it since day one. And I love it too. So later on this week, we're gonna go out and do some patio cleanup on the front and the back and do some lawn and gardening stuff. So I'll give you a full update on the furniture, how it's been holding up. I've got to clean up a little bit because Summer got some slime on it, but it's okay. But I've really been enjoying it because unlike the furniture in the front, I've got to figure out a way to clean the cushions just from it being outside because I don't want to sit on it. But out here, we don't have that issue. Even without it being covered, I literally can go out. If there's any debris or something on it, just wipe it with my hand. It's gone and we can sit, and it is so comfortable. So I know when I first introduced Outer to you all, I introduced them to you all with the $300 saving opportunities. They've since increased that to 25%. So you can save 25% on any of the pieces on the site. But in addition to that, they've got a really good Labor Day sale going on right now. And I know that this is not the least expensive piece of furniture, but in the reality, guys, when you buy pieces from like Pottery Barn and CB2 and stuff like that, you're still spending like a couple of $1,000 on a sofa and stuff like that. I know my set was about $6,700. But you can buy it as a set or you can buy it individually. So if you like the style, you're looking for something that's long lasting, and you want to be able to just go outside and just use it without a whole lot of maintenance, that has been what it's been for me. So it's totally worth the investment that we've made in it. And I think that if you are in a space like we are, where we are truly, I know there's some times where I look for deals like accessories on the fireplace. Of course, I'm gonna look for a deal. But when it comes to like the stuff that I'm gonna sit on, that's gonna get like the wear and tear, like I want high quality pieces that I know can take being beat up by my family and that are still gonna look exceptional when we're done. So indoor, outdoor furniture, it's one of those pieces. But right now they have an amazing Labor Day sale going. The pieces are in stock. So I have black with, I want to say it's gray. I'll leave the exact colors down below. But they've got new colors that they've introduced, all that good stuff. And they've got an amazing Labor Day sale in addition to whatever savings offers that you can get by using my code and clicking through the link. So if you're still on a hunt for patio furniture, and you don't mind making some really nice investments in your outdoor space, then I 900% recommend them, hands down, without a doubt. There are some other companies that I think do a really good job as well, and some of which I'll introduce to you as well. But this is like our formal family living area, so I wanted those pieces to be as high quality as possible. So I'm gonna quit rambling about the quality. Go check them out. I wanna say their Labor Day deal, I'll leave all the details in the description because I don't want to misstate it. But I've got some cost savings even outside of Labor Day. They've got some stuff in stock, so go check them out, okay? Outer. In addition to that, on the inside, I worked with Caraway a little ways back. Y'all remember that? And a lot of y'all had questions about the pots, and a lot of y'all went scooping them pots up. High five to y'all. Y'all the real OGs. Love you guys greatly for supporting and using my link to go and get the pots. So just a quick update. I don't know how y'all feel about yours, but they are the only set of pots that I cook with right now, and I'm thinking about getting another set. Right now I have the blue set. There are some other colors that came out. My mom loves them so much, she's used them before, that she wants her own set. So I'm thinking about getting a couple more sets. One for me because I think I need 2 sets of pots just because of the size of my family. And I have like 3 sets of pots right now, and I think I can clear those out and just use the Caraway pots if I get the second set. And then 2, they're beautiful. They just really make nice statement pieces, and they're really easy to clean. So here's a little bit of B-roll of me cleaning the pots. Like it is effortless, and I am all about the effortless when it comes to anything in my kitchen. So I love them for that. And right now, just from the time that I've had them, I truly enjoy them. Like I can't say enough good stuff about them. Yes, they're an investment set, but good pots. Those of y'all that cook, you understand and I'm not even a cook like that. Like I make sure I have high quality stuff here, so when my mom and my mother-in-law and stuff come, they got stuff that they can throw down in the kitchen because they both don't mind getting in the kitchen. So I try to make sure they as comfortable as possible when they get in. So, my mother-in-law, that'll be a good Christmas gift for her too. They don't even know. Okay, so I'm rambling like that because those of us that are in the kitchen realize how important it is to have good quality cookware in our kitchen, and we don't want to have a lot of it. So I've got some sets that my mom, because my mom is really particular like that about her pots. I've got a set from when Tim and I got married 9 years ago. And then I've got a set that my mom gave me that's almost 20 years on, and it still looks really good. And those pots were the pots that we were using for everything. But since now I have the Caraways, I don't necessarily need those anymore. I don't know if I'm going to get rid of them. I might just box them up and maybe pass them on to my daughter when she graduates from college. Or she might get a set of Caraway pots. Girl, I don't know. But anyways, Caraway got a sale going on right now, and they released a new teapot. So I was on the Instagram streets and I saw these teapots released. They told us when they were coming out, and I knew what it was going to be. And y'all, I'm addicted. So I'm in between two colors. I don't know if I want to get a blue one to match my blue pots. I don't think that's the direction I'm going to go. I think I either want to do the mist color or like the orangish color. I can't remember the name. I'll put them up on the screen, but y'all help me because I want one of these teapots. And because I'm introducing the teapots to you, y'all know I've got the savings. So look down in the description. There's some additional savings there for you guys if you want to go and get your own. But I wanted to share those two sales that were happening because Labor Day is coming up. There's plenty of Labor Day stuff going on. As I see them, I'll share them on a community tab. And I share them in my Instagram stories as well. So if you're not following me on Instagram, be sure you check me out there. I just think it's easier to share on a community tab because that stuff lives forever here versus on Instagram where they disappear in 24 hours. All right. So that's it for today, guys. That's the little bit that I've been doing here. So the next videos, if we don't have the wall painted yet, there's actually a painter outside at my neighbor's house. I'm probably gonna go out and see if I can bring him over here and get a quote. But that's it for today's video, and that's about as far as we can get until furniture and stuff starts coming in for the living room. So the next videos, you're probably gonna see us cleaning up outside, getting prepared to do like some fall gardening. I found the wall treatment that I wanna do in my office, so I'm likely going in there because I have the paint and it's time for me to kind of work through that. So I'll probably do that first. And then we'll go outside, do some cleanup, get ready for some fall planting. I still haven't got the approval from the HOA. If they don't send the approval this week, then we probably won't start on that deck until after the holidays. Just because of the time that it takes in order to get on a schedule and stuff like that. I don't want to go through holiday content creation season under construction because I need my backyard. So I might have to push that off until after the holidays. It makes me sad, but at least it'll be done for early spring. We'll go with that. You know, you'll see some Tower Garden stuff and some more updates. So thanks for sticking around, guys. It was fun chit-chatting with you and getting all caught up. I'm happy to be back. And I will see you in the next video. Bye for now, friend.